Hello everyone and welcome back to WARNOs and welcome back to WARNOs first cavalry unit ever in the amazing Baltona all-out war mod that just added this crazy thing together with a lot of other cool things as well that you all should check out, as we for example have new big land ships in WARNOs craziest and most ambitious mod. So let's get going and let's have a look on what else is in this really cool mod that might just have enabled Napoleon mods or a Napoleon war game even by Eugen. Let's keep the fingers crossed and let's have a look here. Since we last looked at this, there have been a lot of units being added to this. And for example, we got speeders to the existing factions as well. We're not going to have a look on all of these new units in the existing factions, as there have been a lot. We already have a look on the mod itself and what it is all about with its amazing fantasy slash sci-fi universe that is all created by the mod himself. It's not based on an existing IP, and obviously a lot of licenses are taken, like a lot of ideas are taken from other universes. Like this obviously has a bit of a Star Wars feeling to it, but it's all unique. It's a lot of cool ideas there as well, and a lot of cool mixes that are just pretty wild. And the models are cool and really well done. Obviously a bit low resolutions there on some stuff, but just general looks and feeling is really awesome. And we have two new factions that we're gonna have a look on. There is a new map as well that is currently, unfortunately, a bit buggy, so you can't load into it, but that's really cool as well. A mod that implements its own map so that the look of the whole thing fits better as well. We've gotten for sure have a game on it that we upload on the channel as well once that functions again. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, for now, we're gonna have a look here on the two new factions. Screaming Falcon Company, which is a mercenary company, and the Gegmora Empire, which we just had a look at with these awesome cavalry units that look pretty smooth as well, with these wolves or something like direwolf kind of or warg kind of thing for the German Russian evil guy empire mix here with the Stahlhelm to ride on into the battlefield. And let's have a start with the mercenaries here, which the infantry of theirs is pretty normal for the most part. They can come in helicopters and light vehicles and can be pretty quick. That is one of the advantages. A lot of transport helicopters for these guys to rush in quickly. And yeah, you have stuff that even for a normal Warno player looks pretty normal, like these normal ATGMs here. The anti-plasma rifles are really strong in this, long range and can deal damage to tanks and infantry, but you get them in the other factions as well. So the infantry here, not something super special. Artillery, obviously for Merc Company, not their biggest strong point as well. So you want to be pretty fast with this. You can call artillery barrages in with these guys, which are napalm. So that is going to be interesting. And then we have a tank tab where you have the fast, hard-hitting tanks of theirs as well. This is a pretty fast tank, with especially for the mod, and decently hard-hitting as well. These ones have big guns as well, being like kind of modern Fireflies, as you can see. Like this absolutely has Sherman Firefly vibes for me, with the good gun and the general looks of this as well. And then you have one big uh, double gun here as their monster tank, but when it comes to be big, this is still small for this mod because you have massive units. We're gonna see some more of those in a second as well. And yeah, some light vehicle here with autocannons as well. The recon, pretty standard as well. Big recon squads, sniper rifles here. But the Merc vibes really hits well with this as well. Like this feels like a what a mercenary company that has to be flexible, that has to be moving around would look like. So that is pretty cool as well. Manpad here coming around, manpads, and Firefly with manpads put on the rear there. So this, yeah, has really the Merc make it work vibe. The transport helicopters of theirs here coming along with 50 cal machine gun, or 30mm in this case, on the sides, and then they have some normal fighters that some other factions have as well here. Nothing super special. So this is really all about the speed, all about the light units and moving around. Obviously, all still work in progress, so they're gonna get more units as well. We have wading tanks here that can cross rivers and go amphibious basically with that. Big ones in the other units as well. And then, yeah, the other faction that is new. We have some really German and Russian mix with sci-fi. German World War One and World War Two mixes here with obviously STKFZ in a different look here. This being kind of an Opel Blitz as well, the Volker Krubi. And then we have the Impra Troppa with the Stahlhelm. Not the greatest infantry, but you can spam a lot of them to get some light AT launchers on these as well. So these really being a bit of a spam, and then you have some Jägertruppe with the big Granatwerfer. So these are the Terminator squads, 3 hit points per man. The Granatwerfer, the grenade launcher, they're dealing a lot of damage against infantry. So this is the Infantry Annihilator squad. And you get some AT and some ATGM here. The ATGM being decent as well, but absolutely massive and not the greatest accuracy. And then we have massive artillery here with this thing being too big for the hunger and bringing around 200 HE, 5-kilometer range on the gun only, but when it hits, it annihilates. It is pretty slow. It's only 20 kmh here, and yeah, same speed on road and off road. And then you have some normal guns here that just can be coming around as artillery. Tank wise, you get some Panzer Fear kind of looking tanks here, or maybe even a bit like, yeah, Panzer Fear meets Tiger, like a Tiger shell with a Panzer Fear kind of turret that is modernized. 19 pen, 20 frontal armor, like the mixes of sci-fi and real world 20th and 21st century stuff is really awesome in this mod. You have a massive Colossus tank here for these guys as well with 30 pen and yeah, great armor, air to ground missiles as well. Can fire AA. Like yeah, this has all the defenses against aircraft, against ground units. Can fire a bit indirect fire with some of the turrets here being artillery on the side as well. All can rotate around us too, and you get some awesome little cannons as well. Then in the recon you have the big radar unit that has GSR that can spot stuff. Instead, still just activate the radar and spot a lot of stuff. And then you have the cavalry here as your normal scouts, riding on these big bad wolves and coming with a couple of MGs on the guys themselves. Even one MG too many for the 4 of them, but yeah, them being cavalry, them being fast and good on all terrain. That is the cool part. That they are cavalry is also the cool part. Yeah, maybe with the idea behind it, enabling other people to maybe make more cavalry work, and maybe some other timelines with that as well. So this is pretty cool. AA of theirs is just gun based. The Kuglitza here with the big heavy gun seems to be the wrong unit. I think this is just going to be something like this, but with more guns. I think this is an artillery tank that is misplaced. Oh no, it is actually this one. That gun actually is against. Yeah, I'm just stupid. So this big gun can shoot air. I'm not quite sure if it's the right model. Like either the model or the image for now is not quite correct, but it's still great. Get some rocket and gun helicopters, and then you get some funky ass looking planes here. So all of that is pretty dope. And as I said, the other ones got new bombers, got new stuff as well. With all kind of new missiles here. You get these long range 15 kilometers top attack missiles that will deal massive damage. Like top attack 30 pen is crazy. So yeah, you get those kind of missiles here. You get massive bombers that can move around the battlefield. You get flying ships, which is still what made me look at this mod when we first saw it. And you don't just get giant ships with battleships and so on. You also get giant flying submarines. Well, they're not really submarines anymore because they're not submerging, but uh, yeah, like stealth vessels that fire torpedoes, air torpedoes or air-to-air missiles, I guess. But yeah, the navy in this universe is airborne and fighting with the little fighters around it. So that is all pretty awesome as well. And really fighting with the massive land ships, the massive big artillery, and the mod absolutely worth looking at if you want to check something new out. And if you want to just play around with funky little units, it's getting constantly new updates as well. So if you want to see all of that, check out the Discord, especially. Stay up to date of the Baltona All Out War mod. And yeah, hope you have a lot of fun with this, guys. I'm gonna play more, as I said, of it when we can play the map again, because that map is really cool as well. And in general, I'm really excited for the future of this mod. It's getting crazier and crazier, and just a lot of cool ideas, a lot of cool gameplay, and really shows what the modding in WARNO has started to enable, and why Eugen should push on better and better modding tools, because stuff like this is, I think, is what keeps RTS games alive in the long term. And yeah, big shout out to Biometric Nuke for creating this amazing opportunity for us to play. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you all in the next one, and have a lot of fun with this.